Arguably one of the most profitable designs ever created was the Live, Laugh, Love design. Now, not just for print on demand, but pretty much in every single home goods store that you could walk in, whether it be on a t-shirt, whether it be on a plaque, or framed in some sort of picture. This design has made probably millions of dollars over the years. It doesn't matter what website you log into, whether it be Redbubble and look for a similar design, or Amazon, or really any kind of design, or any kind of website rather, they have this design for sale. And that one design had probably spawned millions of designs after because of the style that it's in. And the style is clear. It's different fonts, catchy little word phrases that grabs a lot of people's attention, and they're kind of somewhat overall or overarchingly agreeable kind of texts, right? And the cool thing about this is I took this formula and I wanted to figure out what makes it so profitable and how can I replicate it on easy mode. So these kinds of designs, like I said, they're everywhere. Not only can they work as text-based designs, but they could work on any kind of product, and they could work for almost any kind of statement. But what if I could set up a system that AI will essentially create these statements for me? Let me go ahead and show you what I built here. So you guys have probably seen this. This is in my members area, AI Design Sensei. I went ahead and created something that's a little more versatile. I call it Algorithm 3. And why do I call it Algorithm 3? Because there's 3 different lines to this text style. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask AI to go ahead and create them for me. So I was doing some research, and I had like this idea, like I said earlier, of this live, laugh, love kind of style, but for other related text. Let's look into maternity clothing. So let's just say I command AI to create for me various cute maternity statements on baby clothing. Okay, and let's go ahead over here and set this to 20. We're going to ask for 20 designs, and one of them could be, for example, mom's #1 fan. I've seen some baby clothing like this, and I'll just go ahead and pull up some images of this now. You could see people are selling on Etsy various different things that are kind of similar, and like I said, I wanted to dip my beak into the water here and see what kind of options I can come out with. And when I think of different kinds of text designs, I think of that live, laugh, love design in the same category as this. Really the same concept. 3 lines of text, different fonts, and something that just catches people's attention, looks great, but is minimal in terms of effort. So let's go ahead and head over back here to our little designer, and let's provide it with this information. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit create or generate text ideas here. And if I scroll down, let me go ahead and do a little zoom out here so we could just see everything that's being created. If I scroll down, I have a whole bunch of different ideas now. And the nice thing is I'm going to export every single one of these, but let's see how these look. So imagine a shirt like this. It says waiting for our sweet baby. Now, notice what this is ideally for. I could put a t-shirt design just like this up on a t-shirt for women's, for example, post that design on Redbubble, on TeePublic, on Zazzle, on Amazon, on Etsy. I could pretty much put this anywhere, even on a website, and run ads to it. And mothers or mothers-to-be might purchase this. And hey, it kind of adds to the spirit of whatever they're going through. So waiting for our sweet baby, let's say a mother is, a few months pregnant, this could be a perfect gift for somebody, or somebody could buy it for themselves, right? So this is great. And the cool thing is I could do this with all my other designs. So for example, love's journey soon unfolds. Let's click on this one. Baby on board, full of joy, right? So this one has kind of a pun to it, right? Imagine a mom wearing this t-shirt, and it's got some, like I said, cool text. We can even switch around the text, and we can switch around some of the fonts and colors. So for example, let's just say I wanted to get like, let's say a golden color. I don't know. I just kind of came to me, right? So let's find some sort of golden color here. Maybe I have to move this to the right-hand side just a little bit. I'll take that same color and I'll paste it here on the bottom so it can be kind of the same, and I could have something like this if I want, right? The cool thing about this is I can play around with however I want this to set up. Now, me personally, for all my members here, I've added a whole bunch of different fonts. So we have this font, for example. I can go ahead and make it a little bit smaller. I can also control the gap of text that is below it. And then I could go ahead and add my own image. Now, these are just some default images right here. But, you know, we can use whatever image that we want. It doesn't have to be these, but you can upload your own image, or you might not even want an image at all. And we can click on this, we can click on this, right? We can see how we can apply these kinds of designs to literally any kind of statement here. And it works. So it's just a matter of configuring the right font size, configuring the right statements, and then simply exporting all these designs. I'm not going to necessarily export these because, you know, I might kind of want to be a little bit more creative, but this is just a perfect example of what you can do. And I want to go ahead and do a research on Amazon real quick, or even on Redbubble, to see if any of these kind of have some sort of search presence, search demand, or even competition. So let's go ahead and pick one of these. Let's pick a few of them. So here we have our little ray of sunshine. Okay, so I'll take this text here. I'll just copy it. So go over here, and by the way, you can edit this, text. Okay, and let's go over here to an incognito tab, little ray of sunshine, and I'll type in shirt. Okay, and we clearly have some competition. So you look here on Etsy, for example. This one has 6 views in the last 24 hours. You're My Sunshine. Very similar to what I have, maybe not exactly the same, but this is an open market. You could see here, 6 views in the last 24 hours. Now, I could make a prediction as to how many sales this product got, but it doesn't really matter because if you look here, there's other people buying it, right? Now, there are some people, unfortunately for this person, who are going to see this video and they're going to go out there and copy exactly what this is. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who are copycats, and that's going to happen. But that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm not necessarily going to export any of these designs here and now. But I just kind of wanted to prove this point, show this point, and show how easily it works. I'm going to make a video tomorrow showcasing one of the people who messaged me, I think it was the 4th or 5th person at this point, I don't know. I've been getting a lot of different messages from various people in the members area who have been using this exact tool to produce money, to make money. And the coolest thing about this is that you can produce high-quality designs, decently high-quality designs. Of course, not every single design is going to be the same, but decently high-quality designs with a high output with minimal effort. And that's really what I'm going for here. And what I really enjoy is the concept of diversity and making a whole lot of income from different places. I would much rather make $5,000 from 20 different websites than make 10 grand from one website, because you guys know my mentality is that I am never going to be here to stay. A lot of these different websites have full control. They could easily ban somebody, remove somebody. If I get banned off of a website, it won't really matter because I have so many other options and products. And I think of this mentality on such a scale to where I think of it even in creating different designs and different products. If I create 20 designs, it's better to make money off of 20 than off of one design, right? To have one really, really successful design is great, of course, but I'd rather have 20 moderate designs that equal the exact same amount of income than that one really successful design, just purely from diversity purposes. If for some reason I lose that design, whether it is to competitors, copycats, or even to the platform itself, for some reason they want to take that design down, and it does happen, I still have other designs that I could rely on. So I don't get to choose whether a design is massively successful or not. We both know that, right? But what I do get to choose is how much output that I can perform. And for me personally, I'm in a stage now where I don't necessarily need to perform too much work to get a good value of success for that work. You know, we have different tools now that can really help us in the long term become more successful, doing less work, but yet putting out more effort. And it's really a pseudo effort because it's not work that I'm necessarily doing. So I thought this video would be quite interesting. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's a little something here. Once again, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys see value in it, and maybe it gives you guys some cool ideas. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Of course, I'm always adding different features and benefits to our Design Sensei application, and I'm in the process of creating more. Creating applications is very new for me, and I'm trying my best to really serve everyone here, so hopefully you guys are enjoying. I'll talk to you guys later. If you have any cool ideas, let me know, but hopefully you enjoy, all right? I'll talk to you later. Peace out. Bye.